I'm going to update my closet. It's very dated. It's not very pretty. I want it to be pretty when I come in to look at my clothes. I have shoe rack on the back of the door, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get rid of. I have a shoe rack downstairs with a bunch of shoes, and pitifully, I'm using my son's shoe rack from college. I've got all my work coats on the back there, my suits, my skirts, and these racks look industrial. I've got to do something about the poles. The hangers don't match. I'm going to throw every one of them out, and I'm going to get all velvet, beautiful hangers. I have all this wasted space. My ceilings are high. I'm going to make use of that vertical space. I'm not using the space down here really at all, so I want to take advantage of that. This nice big wall here should be utilized. I'm going to decorate on that wall and make it pretty. I have most of my skirts here folded. I have too many to hang, so I've got them color coordinated, whites, grays, blues back there. That's my Dallas Cowboy blue, and red, a couple blacks, and tan. So I want to be able to see my skirts better and see what I have when I'm trying to pick out clothes and get ready. So I'm going to do something with this space, use more of it in a better way. And I purged just last night because I knew I was going to do this. So I went through and I took a humongous pile of clothes to the Goodwill today. And I took purses. I've got a ton of purses and bags still. And I want to tidy up this area down here somehow. So I did purge a whole bunch of my jackets as well and some shoes. So now I have a doable amount of clothes, just the stuff I like to wear. And I'm going to make this closet enjoyable for me to come into. So the first thing was, after I took everything out of the closet, I found chipping paint. So I had to fix that. First thing I did was take the bars down, and I decided that I would cover them with a satin material that I had. So I cut the material, and then I just used a hot glue gun, and I kept wrapping it around the pole until it just wouldn't stay even. So I just kept doing it, and then took scissors and cut like the rough edge off to try and straighten it out. It's really hard to do round things. As you can see, I just keep kind of curving it around. And then the ends I just poked into the end of the rods. They were open. And I decided to cover them with lace. So I wrapped the lace around, and I also hot glued that at some points. And then I added bling. So I put a couple strands of bling around them. And I was really happy with the way they turned out. I thought they were really pretty. Then the hangers, I threw out my plastic hangers, and I got these gorgeous velvet hangers. When they say no slide, they mean it. My clothes don't slide off at all anymore. So I decided to take some satin ribbon. I got the kind of ribbon that's satin on both sides. It's shiny on both sides. Sometimes it doesn't come that way. So this is how I tied them. I tried to always keep it flat. So as you can see, I keep it flat and just play with it so that it's not crimped up in any kind of way. And I was doing them all straight, but then when I hung them in the closet, they weren't showing at all, so I turned them on an angle. I found this carpet. Okay, so it's not a carpet, it's a blanket. And when I looked at shag carpets like I wanted for the floor, they were like $55 for a tiny piece. So I got this blanket for only $14.99 at Home Goods, and it's double lined and really thick, and it works fine. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. So I put that down on the floor on one side. The other side I got the same kind of blanket, except I did like an antique rose pink, which is this color. The carpets came on these wonderful hangers that I got to use for skirts. My favorite piece that I bought was this tufted footstool. It is so beautiful. It was cushioned on top, just beautiful. When you open it, it houses shoes. It has all these little compartments for shoes. It's so perfect. So I was able to get rid of that crappy shoe rack that I took from my son's dorm. And now I have this gorgeous piece, and it was definitely the most I spent. I bought it new from Home Goods, and it was expensive, and it's the one thing I spent a lot of money on. Everything else I did very cheap. I made this shelf. I cut 2x4s. I put them across. I painted them white. Put the board up there. Blinged the edge of the board. Bought a couple pillars from not Home Goods. Where did I get the pillars? Hobby Lobby. And then I was able to display my purses. So, and the hat box I also found at a thrift store, super, super cheap. It was, I think, $1.50 I paid for it, and I love it. It just gave me extra storage for things. So there's just a close-up of the bling so you can see how I put it on the edge of the board. My beautiful hat box. And I stored some things inside of it. Old clothes that I use in the summer, things like that I'm not using right now. It was just a really pretty way to use space. I made this all from Dollar Tree stuff. It's a silver platter from Dollar Tree. I got those crystals from Dollar Tree, and I just hot glued them around the edge. I just kept switching it around, and I started in the 4 points and just kept going around, putting another one, then rotated the plate so that it all came out even. And then in between that, I hot glued bling strips of bling in between. I used ornaments from the Dollar Tree to white and silver. This was a white and silver bird, and then I did this silver butterfly, which I just thought was so pretty for $1. Gosh, it's got the clip on the back, and I left it, and that's what I hot glued to the tray. Then I got this wooden plaque that I thought was perfect. It was all gold, silver, and gray. And then I took an old frame I had, sprayed the frame with metallic silver paint, hot glued the tray and everything to it, and that's what made the piece. Now I got these 2 mirrors from thrift store. They were $1.50 each. I covered them, spray painted them, and then I made some molds. I used this DAP for the bathroom, and I put it in these silicone molds that I have. Just worked it in. Like the first layer that I put in, I pushed really hard to get rid of any bubbles and really get it down into all those tiny little designs. And then the last layer I go over a little bit lighter. Now to do this, I use this because I did it with plaster, and it kept breaking the little tiny pieces. But if you use this, it's real flexible. That's why it's like half silicone, half acrylic. So it's not 100% silicone putty. And the one I made for the mirrors, I just spray painted them with gold after they dried. And then I will show you how I glued them onto the mirrors. I used E6000. It's a great glue. I also used it to put rhinestones around the 3 sides of it. So this is the finished product, and I think they came out really pretty. And I hung them next to my other design. So that's on the back wall of the closet. And then up top, to use that space, I put some old sconces that I had and a frame. And I got those from the Dollar Tree. Or I got them from the thrift store. Then I took Dollar Tree trays and I made plates. I put fairy lights behind that one, behind the crystals. And I glued them to crystal candlesticks and just to hold other items in my closet, some shoes that I like and my earmuffs. And I got this box for $1.50, and it says home is where the heart is. And this lamp, I hate this light in my closet. It really needs to be changed to a chandelier, but I can't afford one right now. So I decided to glitter and rhinestone it. So I used, as you can see, all different sizes of glitter. I mixed 4 different sizes. And to do this, I first painted it with Mod Podge. Then I started with the biggest glitter flakes first and then went down to the fine powdery ones. Okay, so here's the final project. I did decide to keep the shoe rack. And I did keep the laundry rack for now. But I think I am going to look for something a little more glamorous. So you can see my things that I made. Every one of these are from Dollar Tree and thrift store. I still have to put a picture in that frame, but I used my sconces that I've been saving for years. And I found that candle and J in a thrift store. Yeah. Now my light, unfortunately the glitter only looked good when it was having light shine on it. But when light shines behind it, it doesn't look good. So I scrounged up old crystals I had left over when they send you extras when you get a chandelier. And I hung some crystals on there myself, so I would like it better for now. I love, love, love how my rack came out back there to use vertical space. I cut 2 pieces of 2x4s, painted them white, put them across, and then put the pillars up and another board, and I blinged the board. And that shoebox was a beautiful, or hat box, sorry, beautiful little box I got for $1.50 in a thrift store. I'm able to see all my purses now, and a couple of them I even forgot I had. I do love how my racks came out. The rods are so pretty now with lace and satin and bling, and all my hangers match now. And I put a silk ribbon on each one of them. I did keep a couple of my padded silk hangers back there that I had before, but everything else, and some skirt hangers that I cannot switch because I did not find those in velvet. So I have some extras here because I still have some laundry to do, so I'm sure I'm going to have to add more. And now my clothes fit a lot better since I purged too, so I'm really glad I did this. I love this space under here. I have so much space, and I have so much stuff stored in here. Actually, that white basket back there has got old blankets that I use sometimes in the winter and just various things I don't need right now. One of my favorite pieces is this tufted shoebox and footstool, and it comes in handy when I want to reach up high to get my purses. So I love that. I love the shag carpet. It's really soft and pretty, and it's got the gold glitter in it. You know, I made this at the dollar store, so that's just a silver tray from the dollar store, a couple ornaments from the dollar store, a plaque, enjoy the little things. I hot glued it all together. I added the gems, which also were from the dollar store, and the bling. So basically I have $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 in that. And then that's an old frame I had. It was gold. I spray painted it silver. I got these 2 mirrors at the thrift store. They were half price that day, so they were $1.99, half off, so I got them each for $1. I showed you how I made these, and I put the rhinestones on and hung them. And then over here, I made myself a lot more space. Gave myself another shelf so I could elevate some of my skirts up there so they're not in front of the other skirts in the back. I can see now what I have. And another little thing I like, and I'm still debating whether I want to put this clock here or here, and that was a gift from cousin Donna and Ray, my Lennox clock, and I really like it, and it goes with all the color scheme in here. But this nice beaded box, satin and beads, and I keep my pantyhose in here. So I've got all my different pantyhose. And then I have some of my sparkly shoes. and my fluffy earmuffs, and one of my big bags back there, my burrito bag, more of my skirts, some candles, of course not real ones because I'm paranoid of fire, and other bags back there, all organized and everything stuffed inside. So I have some clothes I don't wear in the winter all stuffed in the bags, and here I've got bags stuffed inside of bags. Another pair of my favorite shoes, and I also made this at the dollar store. So I bought the fairy lights, I bought these crystal candle holders, and I glued one on top of the other. I put the fairy lights, I used 2 trays, glued them back to back, put the fairy lights around and the stones. And basically that was $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6. So, and it's a great shoe holder. Love this box that I found at a thrift store. And it's a brand new box, never used. I had to cut the tags off of it actually. And it's really nice. It's got handles on the side. And I put in here all the stuff I still want in my closet. I just didn't want it out. So I've got my doctoral cap and some of my scarves and pillows the kids have given me. One from David, one from Chris. Okay. So I love my lighted shoe rack there. I have some of my albums still in here, photo albums. Another one of those fluffy carpets. Love this carpet. But it's a pinkish color to kind of bring in the pink. So everything is off-white, pink, silver, and gold. Basically turned out to be the theme that I liked. So I'm very happy with my closet now. I feel like it's very pretty. Here's what it looks like with just the candles on and my lighted shoe tray. I'm thinking about making a couple more of those. Yep. So that's it. I'm very happy with all my matching hangers too. I just think they're lovely. Yep. Everything is much more feminine and pretty.